Alright, group 2 here with senior design. We're going to do our data synchronization test, and Justin's going to explain it for us.
Alright, so the purpose of this test is to see if our module, which is right here, can capture ADC samples in the allotted time to pass our block test or our system test. So, up here we have our simulated TTL signal, and we're going to use that to trigger our ADC module right here. That's going to detect the TTL signal. On the computer, our software will actually take that signal and tell this guy, which is a Zigbee module, to transmit a start signal over to our module here for senior design, and we're then going to check the scope to see if it actually showed up in time. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on here. Let it turn orange. And then I'm going to go ahead and try and get the probe to that.
Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it to start, but wait for a trigger from the DAC, and then we will plug in the power supply, which triggers the DAC, and we'll send the transmit signal to our module, at which point the amber lights will shut off, signifying that it received the signal.
Alright, I'm ready when you are.
Alright, we're pulling, we're waiting, and TTL.
We just have our numbers.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is TTL threshold voltage is 1.5 volts. So the time that it takes from when we start capturing to 1.5 volts, we calculated it out, and that is 12 milliseconds. And then we've got a 2 millisecond threshold that we need to start capturing between when we reach the threshold and when we start collecting data. So that means we have to get our first sample of data within the first 14 milliseconds on the scope.
Alright, so if you can see the scope, what I've done is over here, this line right here, which down here we have the zoomed in version. I'm going to run over here so you can see clearly. Right there is the start of our TTL signal. And then if I zoom back over here, this little burst of purple, blue, and yellow is actually the SPI sample coming in, or actually being sent on the master out SPI line. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in here, and you can see I set the second marker, basically these two right here on the scope, at the start of that. And in order to pass spec, it needs to be 12 milliseconds to time equals 0, and then we have 2 more milliseconds to actually get it. So that means it needs to be less than 14 milliseconds. As you can see up here from the delta time, we've actually started the sample at 8.52 milliseconds, which is much less and meets system specs easily.
Alright, thank you.